Hello, my name is Wendy Love Edge, and I'd like to welcome you to the Bulldozer Health Show. In this episode, I'll be speaking with Steve Mandile, founder of Veterans Alternative Healing Incorporated. Welcome, Stephen.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So, Stephen, tell us a little bit about your background and why you got into alternative healing for veterans.
Yep. So I was injured in Iraq in 2005. I had a spinal cord injury where I ruptured 6 discs. So immediately I was given pills from Iraq to Kuwait to Germany, back to the States. Every stop along the way was a few more medications. Then once I got out of the military and into the VA system, it was a lot more of the same, a lot more different switching medications, had a few surgeries, and nothing really helped ever with pain.
What kinds of pills are you talking about? Pain pills?
Yep, I was on 57 different medications between 2005 and 2015.
Oh my gosh, 57?
Yes, there were 10 opioids, 9 antidepressants, I believe it was 8 anticonvulsants, like 8 benzos, and a bunch of other more that I can't remember.
So not all at once?
No.
No, but they tried one pill and then tried a different
Yes.
one. Okay.
I was always told to give it a shot, let it be in your system for a couple months, and if it's not working, they'll switch it to something else or up the dose.
Right. And during that time, were you ever offered any alternative health services?
No, but the most alternative I got was aquatherapy.
Like in the pool?
In the pool, yes.
Exercise?
Yep.
I don't know if that's really an alternative.
No, like to them it was.
Well, that's interesting.
Right.
So nothing like acupuncture or chiropractic or anything like that?
Not until last year was when they finally started offering it on a limited basis, though. I'm allowed 6 acupuncture visits a year,
Wow.
which you can imagine.
Right.
To feel good, that's gone in like 3 weeks.
When you're having chronic pain from all these injuries, that's really not very much treatment.
Right.
But would you be offered the same limited amount of pills for pain, do you think, or they give you an unlimited amount?
It was I would say unlimited, very easy access. Each month I would just either call in my order or go online and have it filled out, or I could just go to the VA. I go to the Providence VA, I could just go there and pick it up.
Wow.
And drive back over the state line with it.
Right.
With the last 5 years was fentanyl. So I was allowed to drive back and forth with heroin, no problem.
Right, it's pretty much heroin.
Yeah.
Right, and so what brought you to wanting to found an organization such as the Alternative Healing for Veterans that you founded?
The long of it was from my wife, who introduced me to using cannabis medically to get off of the opiates I was on. I was a shell of a person. I had no drive, nothing. I was suicidal. I didn't want to live.
Oh my gosh.
And she stayed with me through all of that. And in 2012, I decided to go get my card when it became legal. And then
you went to get your card for legal cannabis use, right?
Yep. And then waited 3 years for a dispensary to open until I could actually get it on a frequent enough basis where I could, work on kicking the opiates.
Right. The system in Massachusetts kind of started in a really weird fashion.
Yes.
People could become legal and get their medical card if they qualified.
Right.
But there was nowhere for those doctors that were doing that to send people.
Right.
Right. So that was, I'm sure, really difficult. And so the dispensaries have opened, and there's a caregiver system.
Yes.
But does the Veterans Administration pay for legalization or for cannabis, the medicine itself?
No, they do not. I had even had my primary care doctor at the VA who told me I was her first patient in 20 years to get off of those medicines that I was on. She went and tried to get them to write a prescription for me. They said no. Then the lead doctor of the Providence VA pain psychiatry clinic and PTSD clinic, Dr. Robert Swift, also tried to get them to write a prescription for me, and he was denied too.
So they were denied, and that's probably because it's not federally
Right.
legalized, right?
Yep, it was policy.
That's a big part of it, anyway.
Yeah, I mean the doctors I have at the VA do not like writing prescription for opiates, but
That's the choice they have.
it's either that or nothing.
Right, and that's the choice that many people have.
Yes.
You know, it's we're talking about veterans today, but really, for most people, the access is very limited unless they want pills or surgery. Right.
It's extremely sad because with 70% of Americans on a prescription medication should prove to the rest of the people that it's a necessity. It's not someone searching for a crutch.
Right.
It's a legitimate need, and cannabis is the safest medicine that we could have.
Right. Much safer than the opioids that are offered. So, thank you also for your service to our country.
Thank you.
And I think it's amazing what you're doing. You were able to improve your health by coming off of all of these pills, and then you decided to reach out and help others.
Yes. Yep.
And so, what would you say the progress is that you've been able to make, or that the impact that you've seen so far? I know you've really just gotten started.
Yes. Yeah.
But what do you think the chances are of things changing a little bit, and how are you doing with the projects that you have going on?
Yeah. I see a lot of progress being made on tearing down the stigma of being on cannabis. A lot of us in the veteran community were, on a regular basis tested, through urinalysis.
Oh, really?
For
so there's a
medications.
process.
Right.
Did they test for the opioids in your system, or just for cannabis and other?
Mostly just cannabis
research?
is what they would do when they would do their random screenings.
Okay.
And it led a lot of people to just think, if someone's using marijuana, then they must be scummy or a dirty person or something like that. But I believe that a lot of people now look at it as a freedom of choice. It's your choice to put what you put into your body, and if all of your being offered is something that's poisonous and could kill you, you should definitely have a right, whether as an American or just being a human,
right,
to regulate what you put inside your own body.
Right, and especially as a veteran, veterans are giving of themselves to our country, and then what we're offering them to help them if they're injured, it breaks my heart, really, and it shouldn't be that way.
No.
So when you say the stigma is breaking down, you mean at the veterans hospitals? Are they still testing veterans for cannabis?
Yes.
They are.
They will take, so if you test positive for marijuana and you are given pain medications, then they will take your pain medications away. And they could eventually take your benefits away, which is very bad.
Well, the second one concerns me a lot more than the first one.
Right.
Although I think it can be harsh when people have those kind of drugs just pulled from them, because you and I both know withdrawal is not an easy thing.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's concerning. But the second one, for a veteran who served our country, to lose benefits because they're using a plant to help heal their body.
Right.
That's not right.
Doing everything they can to stay off of harder drugs, so they can have a decent living quality of life.
Right.
It's very sad. And to think that, so when I go there, when I was on my medication, and like every other veteran, you have to sign a pain contract saying that if you take anything else besides what you're on, that they can take everything away from you.
Besides what they've prescribed.
Right.
So you're at risk yourself.
No, because I've stopped taking their medicines.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, well, good for you.
Thanks. I did recently go back on in June to fentanyl because
things
prices.
cycle. Well, the prices, things cycle a little bit too.
Yes.
Sometimes you may have more pain or less. I run into that myself. I still have health challenges, and we just do our best to keep that benefit risk analysis going when you're taking something. Is the benefit outweigh the risk, right?
Right.
But so Well, that's good. So your risk isn't, because you're out there talking about this in the public. In
Yes.
fact, I first ran into you because you had an appointment to see Governor Charlie Baker
Yes.
about some of these issues that we're talking about,
Hmm.
and he didn't have you in his appointment book, and so you camped out
Yes.
in Boston outside Governor Baker's office,
Yep.
and we were able to get some attention for the issues. So I commend you on that.
Thanks.
That's difficult when you're a pain patient to be staying outside like
It
that.
was. I was doing a lot of sitting on the ground.
Hmm.
Actually, sleeping in my truck wasn't the hardest part.
That's not easy.
I sleep better sitting up.
Oh, okay.
So I had a nice incline.
Sure.
But the last night, luckily, it ended up being the last night. I slept on the cement bench right across the street.
And so Governor Baker did finally meet with you. Was it 3 days, I think, that you were, or less?
5 days.
5
out there.
days.
Yep.
Wow.
I was
5 days.
told that he was setting up the meeting, and then once that meeting was scheduled, weeks went by, went to the meeting, and then found out that the governor wasn't going to be there.
Right.
So we met with the Secretary of Public Safety.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you still never met with the governor?
No.
My goodness. Governor Baker, where are you?
It's all right. I understand. I mean,
Hmm.
you can't convince anybody to believe something, so he's
Right.
free to think what he wants.
Well, and
Yeah.
we've all heard, he's not pro-cannabis.
No.
Definitely not full legalization.
No.
And we all, in the cannabis community, have some issues with that. We
Yes.
know lots of people who have improved their lives tremendously in their health, including two of us sitting here.
Right?
Right?
I feel like that's the reason of the avoidance, is because we prove everything they're saying is wrong. It's not a gateway drug.
Right. No.
It's just not a gateway drug.
No, however, opiates, when you
Right.
pull those away, that's a gateway drug.
Right.
Lots of people turn to heroin.
Right.
But you don't see that with cannabis. It's a very different effect on the body.
Yes.
Right. So, so what are your plans going forward with your organization? What are you focusing on?
We're trying to reach out to more organizations, more alternative healing methods. Last week, we took 5 other veterans out on a deep sea fishing trip. I wasn't expecting anything great from it. I just thought, I'll try fishing. But it was probably the first day in 5 or 6 months that I didn't think about anything. It was great. I mean,
That's wonderful. Leisure activities are really important, and it's
Yep.
difficult when you have chronic pain and health issues to find the energy to get started sometimes.
yes.
But engaging your mind like that, doing something fun and productive. I hope you caught some fish.
Yeah, we did. We did.
It's great for everyone involved.
Yeah.
So that's a wonderful project
Yes.
to help with veterans for sure.
Yep, we went out with a fishing charter called Fire Escape Charters. Who's a retired firefighter. He's also with another, I guess you could say, a fleet of boats called the Veterans Angler Charter Services, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they do during the week. They take veterans
Nice.
out for free, and it was awesome.
Very nice.
Yes.
So how can people get in touch with you?
We're on Facebook, Veterans Alternative Healing Inc. We have a website, vahinc.org. We're also on Instagram as Veterans Alternative Healing. You can email us at my email, sjmandile@gmail.com. Phone numbers are on the website
Okay, great.
too. Yep.
Wonderful. Lots of ways to get in
Yes.
touch with you and find out what you're up to.
Yep.
And thank you so much for joining me today. I know that we have some things that we can collaborate on for sure.
Definitely.
And I'm really glad that you're out there, especially for the veterans in Massachusetts and across the country. We need to help them to access some great alternative health services to improve their lives.
Thank you.
Bulldozer Health Incorporated is a 501c3 nonprofit organization and healthcare reform initiative. You can find us at bulldozerhealth.org. Take back your health, America. That was so relaxing.